Welcome back to another Explainer, folks. I am absolutely thrilled you're joining us today because we're looking at something that honestly impacts millions of us directly. We are decoding the brand new update to the Employees Provident Fund Organization. Yep, EPFO 3.0. Now don't tune out thinking this is just some dry, boring policy tweak. Actually, we're going to treat this today like a massive tech unboxing, but for your personal financial safety net. We're going to break down exactly how the rigid walls around your EPF are finally coming down, using just the facts and data we have right now.
So I want you to kick things off by just asking yourself, what if accessing your Provident Fund was literally as easy as scanning a QR code to buy a cup of coffee? Historically, just thinking about accessing your EPF meant bracing yourself for a huge headache, right? Endless paperwork, physical visits to offices, waiting weeks just to get your hands on your own hard-earned money. But the data shows we are right on the edge of a digital revolution that's going to completely flip that script.
It really is a classic before and after story. Think about the old EPF system. It was basically defined by stacks of paperwork, agonizing wait times, and super strict withdrawal limits. But then you look at EPFO 3.0. It's an entirely revamped digital platform that's designed to just slash through that red tape. It's replacing all that friction with modern access. Think UPI and ATM-style withdrawals. We're talking about leaping from a bureaucratic nightmare straight into the digital age.
All right, here's our roadmap for today's explainer. 1. Welcome to EPFO 3.0. 2. UPI and ATM withdrawals. 3. New rules for job loss. 4. When can you withdraw 100%? And 5. Faster claim settlements.
Welcome to EPFO 3.0.
So, where exactly do things stand right now? Well, according to the official updates, the testing phase for this entirely new digital system is officially in the books. It's done. The system works. And while we don't have an exact launch date circled on the calendar just yet, media reports are heavily pointing to a rollout by the end of June. So, this isn't some pie-in-the-sky promise for 5 years from now. This is happening right now.
And just to ground this in official facts, the Union Labor and Employment Minister, Mansukh Mandavia, actually went on the record. He stated, EPFO has completed testing of the new system. Rollout will be announced soon. So it's coming, and it's coming fast.
Section 2. UPI and ATM withdrawals.
Okay, this is the part that genuinely feels like a killer feature drop from a massive tech company. Subscribers are soon going to be able to withdraw their Provident Fund and transfer it directly to their bank accounts using a UPI payment gateway. Just really think about that for a second. The exact same system you use to split a cab or pay for groceries is now directly linked to your retirement fund. Plus, you're going to be able to check your PF balance right there on those same UPI apps. No more fighting with clunky portals. And to top it off, the platform is enabling ATM-style withdrawals, which just makes your liquid assets so much more accessible.
Now, the math behind these withdrawals is really fascinating. Under these new 3.0 rules, this ATM withdrawal facility isn't just for scraping out a tiny fraction of your money. You can actually access up to 75% of your retirement corpus. And here's the absolutely crucial part. That applies to your total EPF balance. That means it includes both your contributions and the employer's contributions. It's a massive unlocking of your own personal capital.
Section 3. New rules for job loss.
Let's look at how this safety net actually works when you need it most. If you lose your job, you don't have to sit around waiting or jumping through endless hoops anymore. You get immediate access to that massive 75% chunk of your EPF balance right out of the gate. That's real cash in hand exactly when you need to keep the lights on and figure out your next career move. Then, that remaining 25% slice acts kind of like a secondary buffer. It unlocks after 12 months of continuous unemployment.
The real game changer here is the contrast from how things used to be. Remember the old rules? If you lost your job in the past, you could only make partial withdrawals, and man, they were buried under so many severe restrictions and conditions. The new setup basically just sweeps all that away. Getting 75% immediately and the rest after a year represents a fundamental shift. It hands the control of your money back to you during what is already an incredibly stressful time.
Section 4. When can you withdraw 100%? So while 75% is the standard limit for the ATM access and immediate job loss, there are definitely special circumstances where you can take out the whole thing, 100%. These are your major life milestones and the really big unexpected hurdles. For instance, you can withdraw the full amount when you retire, after you hit 55 years of age. You also get full access in cases of permanent disability or if you become incapacitated and can't work. Same goes for retrenchment, opting for voluntary retirement, or if you're actually leaving India permanently. In those scenarios, the money is fully yours. It's honestly just reassuring to see these guidelines laid out so clearly, knowing that when life throws a major curveball or you hit a big milestone, your full corpus is right there at your disposal.
Section 5. Faster claim settlements.
Now, I really want to emphasize this massive jump. Behind the scenes, the limit for the auto settlement mode has been raised significantly. We are talking a jump from the old 1 lakh rupee limit straight up to 5 lakh rupees. That's a 5-fold increase in the amount of money this system can process entirely on its own, without getting stuck behind human bottlenecks.
And the real-world impact of that upgrade is just huge. Because the auto-settlement limit is now at 5 lakh rupees, the turnaround time is drastically reduced. A massive number of members can now get their money within just 3 days. Literally 3 days. And this covers eligible purposes like illness, education, marriage, and housing. So if you're facing a major capital-intensive life event like a medical emergency or putting money down on a home, a huge chunk of your funds is accessible almost immediately. Which brings us to our final takeaway for this explainer. The old, rigid walls around the EPF have officially come down. The endless paperwork is fading out, the wait times are shrinking, and your retirement corpus is about to live right next to the UPI apps on your smartphone. So I'll leave you with this question. With your retirement safety net now just a tap away, how does this change your personal financial planning? Are you going to view your EPF differently now that it behaves more like a fast-acting safety net instead of a locked vault you can't touch? It's definitely a fascinating shift to think about. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and as always, keep learning.